Okay, my name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Space Jam. And I loved, loved this movie as a kid. I just rewatched it so many times, and it's actually one of those movies that kind of scared me. Like when those little guys became the big giants, that freaked me out. And yeah, I don't know if anyone actually remembers this, but does anyone remember that TV show, Lunatics Unleashed? I also really liked that show as a kid. But okay, anyways, that was off topic. But I just rewatched this movie for the first time in like 15 years, and unfortunately, it's not good. No, this movie doesn't hold up, so let's begin by talking about the cast. And Michael Jordan is abysmal here. I didn't realize just how bad his performance was as a kid. He is void of any charisma, any personality, any energy. He just drags this whole movie down, and it, it's it's an embarrassment. It really is. Then we've got Bill Murray for just a little bit, and I find it weird that he's the character that helps him out at the end of the movie. Like, he just wasn't an important character until he is. But I don't know, it's a typical Bill Murray performance, and Wayne Knight does a perfectly fine job. And like I mentioned earlier, that stuff where the little guys steal the talent from the basketball players and they become these giants, I just loved it as a kid, and I still appreciate how this movie has just a little bit of an edge. Some of the Looney Tunes stuff is really fun. I like it how the entire plot happens because Bugs Bunny writes in a book that they have to give them a chance to defend themselves. There is some fun shenanigans on display, but at the same time, I never really laughed at this movie. Like, I thought it was just hilarious as a kid. That one scene where Daffy Duck gets squashed and he goes like, "But Mom, I don't want to go to school today. I just want to stay home and make cookies with you." I said that all the time as a kid, but watching it as an adult, like, I still love the Looney Tunes. I didn't really laugh as much as I would have liked to here. And I also thought the visuals were pretty bad. The blending of live action and animation is never as convincing as it should be. And man, I forgot just how bad it looks when they turn Michael Jordan into a basketball. Like, it's a bit of a tough watch in moments. And I'm going to say a real hard take here because even the people who hate this movie will praise its soundtrack, but not me. I hate the music here. It never fits. It never does. There's this whole montage where it's focusing on the talentless basketball players, and the song choice there was just so annoying, and I really didn't care for it. And so much of this movie just feels like it's blatant Michael Jordan worship. Like, it's kind of weird at a certain point. You know, he goes to Looney Tunes and everyone's like, "Oh, you're the best." It just felt like a project to stroke Michael Jordan's ego. And I don't know anything about the guy. I'm not a basketball dude. But, like, I don't know. This whole movie just kind of feels off. I think there's some potential with the story, and I still like spending time with the Looney Tunes characters. But this movie just hasn't aged well. It's not funny or entertaining enough. Like, oh, I didn't even mention the biggest issue yet. Every time it focuses on any humans, it is boring as hell. It is unwatchable. And there's just too much of that and not enough of the other stuff. And any scene with Michael Jordan, which is a large percentage of this movie, is just void of any energy, any entertainment value. Yeah, I hate to say it, but this movie does suck. So I'm going to give Space Jam a 4 out of 10. I always sit down in my videos, so you can't really tell, but I'm actually a giant. Like, I am very tall, and I used to have a friend who would always tell me that I reminded her of Blanco, the big blue alien heel, combined with McLovin. And I can kinda see it still to this day. But, Space Jam, have you seen it? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin out.